Hello there, this is Abelardo de la Peña Jr. I'm the Director of Marketing and Communications with La Plaza de Cultura y Artes, welcoming you to today's edition of En Casa con la Plaza session. Right, En Casa con la Plaza, of course, we've been doing this since April of 2020, every Monday, Wednesday, and most Fridays. And on Mondays, of course, we have our En Casa con la Plaza Cocina. Before we get started, please let us know where you're viewing from. Use the chat feature there on the Zoom. We're looking forward to hearing where you're viewing from. Same with Facebook. Thank you to our Facebook friends who have joined us. Use the comment section to ask questions, make comments. Let us know where you're viewing from as well. Let's see, a couple updates here at La Plaza de Cultura y Artes. La Plaza is open Wednesdays through Monday. So we're open today, noon to 5. We're closed Tuesdays, but every day of the week, except for Tuesday, we're open from noon to 5. No reservation required, but please wear a mask when you're here in the museum. All of our exhibitions are open, as well as La Tienda, which is our gift shop, Calle Principal, Afro-Latinidad, a lot to see here and to experience at La Plaza de Cultura y Artes, right across from Olvera Street. So you can head on over there after the visit to have your margaritas, if you like. Our public programming has begun as well. Music, dancing, film screenings, family days, workshops, and more. Coming up, Selena Fest. That's a screening of the movie, a Selena cover band, Seleamos, vendors, and some surprises coming your way. That's on April 14th, Saturday, April 14th. Finally, I want to let you know that our 10th annual Pobladores Awards Gala is coming up real quick, Wednesday, September 29th, honoring the founders of La Plaza. Go to our website, please, lapca.org for more info. It's our big fundraiser of the year, and we'd like you to participate, hang out with us. And with that, let me bring up Jimena Martin. She's our Director of Programming and Culinary Arts, who will be hosting today's En Casa con la Plaza Cocina. Please join us, Jimena.
Buenas tardes. Hi, Bernardo. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Same here. Happy Monday, everybody. As you know, our Monday's all about culinary and always looking for new talent, new folks. And I was able to find Samantha Martinez. Samantha? Well, we'll wait for Samantha as she is able to hop on via. There she is.
Hello.
Hi, Samantha. How are you?
Good, good. How are you?
I was just telling everybody here how I'm always looking for new folks, new talent, and I found you. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and Salsa Luchadora?
Sure. So Salsa Luchadora came about when it was actually born when I was living in Texas. It's a really funny story. I would make my salsa at home, and I'd, fill it up in the tomato jars, and I'd take it to work, and I'd give it to my coworkers. And so, what ended up happening was I would give it away to my coworkers, and 2 days later they'd come back and just be like, "Hey, I need more of that salsa," and I'd be like, "Oh my goodness, well, I'll be making some next week." They're like, "No, I need it right now." And so what turned, them kind of being like, "Well, here, let me give you money and let me pay for it." And I really didn't want to take money from my coworkers or friends or anything. So what I ended up doing was putting that towards my niece's walkathon. So my niece was diagnosed with diabetes when she was 4. And since she was diagnosed, my sister-in-law has gone around to everybody in the family to try to, scramble up the funds for the team goal for the Junior Diabetes Relief Fund. And so that became sort of a yearly fun thing for the family to do and for my niece to be able to enjoy. So that's what I decided to do with those funds, So it's kind of a neat story. It makes it a little bit more fun and more motivating for me to do on my off time too.
What's a great title? Salsa Luchadora, luchando for your niece.
So, yeah, she's a luchadora. She's a luchadora.
Well, before we get started, we have Anthony Madrid says hello from Dallas, Texas. And we have Maricela Hernandez, hello from Venice. So we have some fans out there.
Awesome.
So please tell us what are you going to be making for us today?
So I will be sharing the salsa recipe. So of course, everybody makes salsa. It's the household item, I think, in most Latino cultures. So, I gladly share mine with everybody, show everybody how easy it is to make, and, have fun with it.
Okie dokie. So please start us and show us your recipe, please.
Sure. So I've already got them ready to go. What I do is I let them cook right until they're this nice pale green. And I don't like to overcook them. And I really don't add water to the mix either. I like it really thick, really smooth. I use serrano peppers. If you like it spicy, you can also throw in a jalapeno. I boil the onion and the garlic in there as well to give it a little bit more flavor.
Do you have any tips on how to pick the perfect tomatillo?
Oh, yes. It's funny. When I go picking the tomatillos, I have to peel them back to make sure they look nice. I really do take my time in making sure they have no little wormholes or anything on them, because I really like when they're this bright green. And I think this is the best moment to pick these guys. So absolutely, there is a trick to that as well. Also, put in a little salt. The tomatillos, they tend to absorb quite a bit of that salt, and it gives it more of a citrusy flavor to it. A lot of people think that I add lime to it, and I actually don't. It's just the perfect balance of salt and citrus.
I got a question for you. I know I made some tomatillo salsa the other day, and I think my ratio wasn't right. Do you have any tricks kind of balance the acidity if you happen to add too many tomatillos?
That's the secret. That's the secret, is finding that right balance to get that citrus flavor. I've been making this salsa since I was little with my mom, so she'll tell you I've definitely had a lot of practice making it. So if there is a secret, that'd be it for sure.
Do you have any of those secrets? Because I used to go, there used to be a restaurant over by Mid-City, Mexico City, and he made this amazing green sauce. And then I had to ask him, and he says that his secret ingredient to the green sauce was half a banana.
Okay. No, if I can't find the perfect balance, I use onion to neutralize it. So I don't put too much onion. This only had a quarter of an onion. But if I find that I put too much spice, or if it's just not the right balance that I'm looking for, I reset it with the onion. And somehow that works.
I'll try that next time. But
yeah.
Thank you. But for folks who may not have access to tomatillos, is canned tomatillos a fine?
I'm sure it is. I've never tried that. Growing up, I wasn't allowed to use anything canned, but I'm sure it would work just the same. I use the same sort of ratios for the red roasted garlic that I make as well. So really finding at that with the roasted, you might have more of a sweeter flavor, but it's the same ratios, I think, even if you wanted to try it with the red.
I know this is salsa, but can you share the quantities that you use for the salsa you're making for us today?
Yeah. So today, I'm making a smaller portion. My batches tend to be a lot larger than this when I'm canning salsa. So right here, I've got about half a pound of the tomatillos. I like a lot of serranos because I really like the flavor of them. So it's really just a handful. Another thing that my mom never let me do is measure anything. So I really put in a handful of those serranos, And today I chose to throw in a jalapeno, which originally I don't, but like I said, you know, that kick is good sometimes. And then what I also throw in is cilantro. I think cilantro really adds to the flavor as well. And I like a lot of cilantro, so.
Well, we have some people saying hello. Let's see, Leo Soloki from Simi Valley. We also have Laura Huerta Rosales, hi, from Cerritos, California. Frankie Firme from Silmar, Califas.
Nice.
And
Hello, everybody.
I have a quick question for you too. So once you put your ingredients into the pot with water, you have your tomatillos, the serranos, jalapenos, the onions, the garlic, but how long do you cook those for?
You know, since this was a smaller batch, like I said, it really only took about 15 minutes to bring to a boil, to bring it to that right color and texture that I'm looking for, at least.
Can you show us what that right color is?
Yeah, absolutely. And you'll notice I put the cilantro on top because I want it to be real fresh. But you'll notice the tomatillos are still whole even after I've thrown them into the blender. You see, so, and they've got this nice pale green color to them. So they're no longer that bright green that we see underneath. You see?
Thank you. Thank you. Because sometimes, you know, things get lost in translation and some people are more visual. So it's nice to see the texture, the colorings to make sure that we get this salsa right.
Right. And I do the same thing with the serranos and the jalapenos whenever I use those. You know, the garlic just cooks in there with everything. And once I know these are ready, everything else also comes suit. Let's see. So I'm gonna turn this blender on for just a moment. So I really like the texture very smooth. I know some people like it a little chunky, but I because I pour it on every single bite, I make sure that it's super smooth. So you see the color sort of returns back to that bright green of the tomatillo. You see. And like I said, that even though I didn't add any water, just the water that's being retained inside of the tomatillos is plenty enough to give it that really smooth but still sort of thick texture. All right, so.
We got a question from Laura Huerta Rosales. Handful of serranos, 10 or so. And also, when you say half a pound of tomatillos, so when we're at the supermarket, we're gonna make a small batch for home. What do you say, about 6 or so?
You know, depending on what the occasion, if we eat salsa so much, me and my friends eat so much of this salsa that I have to, with my smallest batch is maybe a quarter to half of a bag of the little produce. So, and it also depends, right? Because sometimes the tomatillos are a little larger. Sometimes they're smaller, right? So really depending on the size and what you're trying to do. But if you're just trying to make some salsa at home for dinner, then I'd say about 7 or 8 tomatillos, you know, a good medium size. You know, they're really not that large in comparison to my hand. And then the serranos, it's really to one's liking. Like I said, I love the flavor of the serranos. So I probably do about the same. I've got, and these are smaller serranos also. Sometimes they're a little larger. So I've got about 9 here. So yeah, 9, 10 of them. And then for the onion, again, like I said, I put a quarter of an onion, but I also like to get the smaller onions. I just feel like I'm not as wasteful when I have the smaller white onions around, and it has to be the white onions. I think the flavor of the white onions really matter.
Okay. Before I go any further, we have Marcia Guerra Reyes says hi from Simi Valley, and then also we have here Lydia Viceno, hi from
Hello.
Palmdale, Samantha.
Whoop, whoop. My people right there.
So tell us, once you make your salsa, I'm sure everybody's going to be eating up quickly, but if there's any leftovers, about how long will they last in the fridge?
Oh, what's so great about this salsa, I think that because the tomatillos are picked so, at a very ripe, fresh, time, and it's really good for at least 30 days in my fridge. I know that when I was in Texas, I put some in the pantry just to see, and it was good. A good 6 months later, with no problem. The color of it slightly changed, but it was still as if my friends had no idea, because I kind of like taste tested it, and they thought that it was the fresh one that I just made. And I'm like, no, that one's like 4 months old now. So when I make it and I do can it, I could use it up to, like I said, 30 days without noticing it starting to, sort of spoil.
So where can we find this amazing salsa and help support Salsa Luchadora?
So right now it is at one location. It is at La Venadita Meat Market in, I think it's Hawthorne, off of Hawthorne. I've got to I can share the address afterwards, but I've got to go restock them, that's for sure. But so far that's the only location you might be able to find it.
One more time, I'm sorry, what's the name of the store?
It's La Venadita Meat Market, and I believe it's number 2. So they've got it's like a family chain meat market. They've got really, really good meats there too.
And tell us, besides La Venadita, where else can we find you?
I do pop-ups all over as much as I can, but primarily it's through Instagram. People could send me a direct message on there, and I am more local at this point. So depending on where one's located, then I can either set up pickup or delivery times like that.
Well, wonderful. Thank you so much. I love the backstory about helping support your niece with diabetes ones. And salsa is great because it's a great condiment. It goes with everything. It's low carb, no sugar, all good stuff. And what inspiring stories. So definitely we'll look you up on your Instagram. I look forward to working with you more later in the year once we open up La Cocina. Mucho éxitos, saludes y gracias. Thank you for making that delicious salsa on a very, very hot day. Thank you so much. Y con eso, your Instagram one more time.
My Instagram is Salsa Luchadora.
And one more time, where's the market again?
La Venadita Meat Market in Hawthorne.
Wonderful. Again, thank you so much for sharing your story. I look forward to meeting you in person, having some of that salsa myself. Y con eso se le paso a mi compañero, Averardo.
Hello there. Well, thank you so much, Samantha. That looks delicious. If you could do us a favor, could you hold up the bowl of salsa and bring it forward? Sure. All right. Thank you. And if you could say salsa.
That's that salsa right there.
All right. Thank you so much. Well, thank you very much, Jimena and Samantha. We're going to give that a try. It does look extremely refreshing and flavorful, and we can't wait to try it ourselves. Those of you who joined us today on this En Casa con la Plaza Cocina session, if you want to watch the video again, if you want to watch the session again, we're posting it on our YouTube page at La Plaza LA. It stays on our Facebook page at La Plaza LA, and also on our website, lapca.org. And there you'll find all of the En Casa con la Plaza Cocina videos, 50 plus, I think we've done, huh? Here's the playlist right there. You could go ahead and copy that and check it out. This one will be will be joining us soon. We have a question here from Laura Huerta Rosales. Can you freeze it in baggies, in Ziplocs?
Question.
Yeah, I think so. I think I haven't tested that yet, but I'm pretty sure that would help let it last a little longer, most definitely. Because once you want to eat it up, then you could just thaw it out on the stovetop, and then it's almost like if you just made it fresh.
Sounds good. All right. Well, coming up this weekend, the rest of the week here in Casa, we have on Wednesday, August 4th, Lupe Torres joining us to talk about the care of succulents. As you know, during the quarantine, a lot of us really got in touch with our local, not just our homes, but our outdoor environment, and started to appreciate nature. So check out this August 4th, Wednesday, we have Lupe Torres joining us. So that's at 7 on Zoom and Facebook Live. And finally, on Friday, Dan Guerrero Happy Hour. He was just with us last week, having a conversation with Abraham Quintanillas, Elina's dad, and you should check that one out on Facebook. But this next one coming up this Friday is with guest Enrique Castillo. He's an actor, director, and writer. You've seen him in Blood In, Blood Out. You've seen him in a couple TV series, but he most recently has been putting a documentary that he was the director and writer for. So that's a conversation, Dan Guerrero, Enrique Castillo, on August the 6th, this Friday, coming up at 7. And next week on En Casa con la Plaza, no hay en casa. We are not going to be home. Both Jimena and myself are taking a little bit of time off. We will be definitely seeing you when we return. But next, definitely you will see Jimena here on Saturday, August 14th, here at La Plaza Live. Our summer film, Selena Fest. We're going to be showing the screening, Selena, an outdoor celebration with a Selena cover band, with some vendors, with all kinds of Selena goodies, and then some special surprises.
We have some local food. So at Machine, Boyle Heights Machine is going to be catering the event, and Mateo's Paletas is also going to be there for a hot day. And we are going to have a beer garden, and we will create a Selena special cocktail for those who want to join us. And it's absolutely free for the community. It's outdoors, taking precautions for COVID. We'll have chairs available. Everybody can come early. There's hand sanitizers, stacks of chairs so people can create their own safe pods. And it's going to be a great fun for the Selena Fest. So come dressed as your best Selena outfit, lip sync, and join us for a really wonderful night of fun.
Sorry, I'm going to miss that one, but I hope all of you don't miss it. Come on down. It's at La Plaza de Cultura y Artes, 501 North Main Street, next Saturday, August 14th, and it's free, and it's going to be fun. So until then, we'll see you hopefully this Wednesday on En Casa. We have all our sessions on Facebook, on YouTube, and thank you to our sponsors as well. So we'll see you soon, Jimena.
Gracias.
And see you all out there as well. Bye-bye.
Thank you.